How to complete step 1, general information for the application of permit to operate. So dito tayo ay magkukumpleto nitong step 1. First is meron ditong application type. You just select here the new temporary 90 days, which is always applicable po ito sa mga large size ng ating air pollution source installation like genset. At yung mga maliliit, small size, usually exempted for emission testing, dito po yan sa renewal 5 years. Meron namang ibang mga sizes, halimbawa sa ating genset, itong small, medium, or large, pwede pong pumasok dito sa temporary to regular 4 years and 9 months. And then after po na makarating sa 4 years and 9 months yung validity, i-renew po ito 30 days before mag-expire. Ang gagawin nyo na ngayon ay gagawin nating renewal 5 years. And then after 5 years, pwede nang gawin new regular 5 years. So, ang mga requirements for the application of permit to operate, pwede niyong makikita rito sa view requirements. So, these are the requirements for the application of permit to operate, particularly for new regular permit to operate. Then dito, meron ditong information about kanino ang permit ipapangalan. Of course, name of the company or owner. So for example, Peter S. Pan, kung ito ay proprietor. At kung ito naman ay corporation, lalagay mo dito ABC Company Corp. Kung ito naman ay government institution, just indicate the government office or government-owned controlled corporation. Let's say, for example, the ABC National University. Kung lalong-lalo kung ito ay SUC. Ang iba naman ay LGU, for example, LGU City of Naga. Now here, the name of the establishment, kung ano mismo ang facility, economic unit. So that's the name of establishment. So for example, merong isang company, let's say ABC Company Inc. At meron ngayon siyang ino-operate na ABC Restaurant. At ito ay dapat nakarehistro sa company registration system. And indicate mo rin dito sa step 1 ng PTO application form kung ano ang address. So, halimbawa, lagay natin dito MP Casanova Street, then yung region, let's say region 4A. And then mula naman dyan, ano ang province under that region, pipiliin mo dito. So halimbawa, meron tayong Batangas. And then within the province, Batangas, ano naman yung city. So halimbawa, meron tayong Lipa City. And kung ano naman yung barangay. So for example, Tambo. Now here, meron tayong zip code ng city. Halimbawa, 4217. At yung telephone number, you can indicate NA kung wala namang telephone number at fax number. Then dito, we have the plant site branch information. Lalong-lalo kung may pagkakaiba doon sa name of establishment. Kung wala naman, just leave it yes. Ito pong sagot na yes. Pagka sinabi mong may pagkakaiba, when you say no, hihingin sa'yo yung pangalan. So, ito ay kung iba pa yung pangalan ng plant or site or branch. So, kung same lang naman yung name ng establishment dito, just select yes. Wala ka nang gagawin. Then, we have also the plant geolocation of entrance gate. So, halimbawa, meron kang Google Map, hanapin mo yon yung coordinates, and then, kunin mo yung latitude and longitude. So, halimbawa, ito yung ating Google Map. Dito sa Google Map, hahanapin mo ang location ng iyong facility. So, for example, meron kang restaurant dito sa Lipa, and then ito yung iyong restaurant. For example, just right click gamit po ang inyong um, mouse, then makikita mo itong latitude and longitude. So click mo lang yan, yung 13.9, yan po yung latitude, yung 121.13, yan yung longitude. Just click on it, tapos lagay mo dito sa step 1. So, mula po dyan, meron kang maibibigay na latitude and longitude at base yan doon sa iyong nakuha sa Google Map. So dito, meron naman tayong land area occupied ng ating facility. So gaya nun, restaurant, ano yung land area? For example, meron tayong 1,500 square meter. Then yung land use, depende sa zoning certificate natin. So ano yung zone kung saan nakatayo yung ating establishment? Industrial, commercial, or agricultural? So you can select commercial. Then land ownership, ito ba ay owned, leased, or shared? Halimbawa, owned. Then dito sa baba, kailangan din yung TIN. Halimbawa, 933-530, then 123. Yan. So sa EIA classification, tinatanong dito kung ano yung nature of business. Let's say, restaurant or commercial. No, click natin yung commercial. Then dito sa nature of business, meron tayong restaurant. Can refer to your business permit. Then yung email address ng company, for example, abc@gmail.com. And then yung project category based on Annex A of MC 2014. May pilihan dito na Category A, Critical Project. Category B, Non-Critical Project, EIS-based. Category B, non-ECP. At yung A, B na yan po yung may mga ECC. Kung ikaw naman ay may CNC, ito yon Category D. So, dito sa Authorized Capital, check mo lang yung SEC, Articles of Incorporation, indicate mo dyan yung authorized capital. Just check your articles of incorporation. So, pagka nakita mo sa articles of incorporation yung authorized capital, lagay mo lang dito. Let's say 5 million. Then, ano naman yung paid up capital? Halimbawa, usually 10% niyan. Dito, meron tayong date of start of operation. Halimbawa, December 5. 2025. And then dito naman yung nature of ownership, sole proprietor or partnership, or corporation, trust, GOCC. So for example, corporation. Then here the ECC number, environmental compliance certificate, halimbawa ECC OL R4A 121234. So dito CNC NA. So mula naman dyan or vice versa, pwedeng yung CNC ang applicable, yung NA naman yung ECC. Then dito total employees kung ilan, let's say 25. At saka yung ating um, mga responsible officer, sino ang managing head. Halimbawa, Peter, and middle name, let's say Santos, and then yung last name ay Pan. At yung kanyang email address, halimbawa peter at gmail.com. Ganun din yung telephone number kung meron. You can just put NA kung wala. Then sa operation details, ilang oras kada araw, halimbawa 12 hours, ilang days per week, halimbawa 7. At dito, kung may production kayo, lalagay natin yung production hours. Kung wala naman, just leave it blank. Then dito, pangalan ng Pollution Control Officer na duly accredited, appointed. Lalagay natin for example, Juan, middle name ay Santos, at yung last name ay Cruz. And then dito yung kanyang email address, halimbawa Juan at gmail.com, at saka yung telephone number kung meron at kung wala, NA. Tapos yung designation kung appointed, accredited, corporate PCO. Kapag appointed, ang pinili mo, ilalagay mo dito kung kailan ka nag-submit ng application for accreditation. Panghuli, meron tayo ditong raw material and product. Kung wala po kayong raw material and product, just indicate not applicable. So that is your step number 1 ng application form para sa permit to operate application. So all you have to do is click next or proceed para makarating po sa step 2. So that's it. If you want to know more about step 2 PTO application, follow nyo lang yung video na ito. Please like and share this video kung nakakatulong po ito sa inyo. Maraming salamat. Thank you for time listening and God bless us all.